止められない Yeah 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 この恋この愛でメロディー溶けちゃうよねえねえねえ気づいてまいたり届け大好きスクリームスクリーム叫びましょうスクリームアイスクリームスクリームスクリーム叫びましょうスクリームアイスクリーム近づく作戦手と手が触れてフォー止められない Yeah 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 この恋この愛でメロディー溶けちゃうよねえねえねえ気づいてまいたりそれはあなたスクリームスクリーム叫びましょうスクリームアイスクリームアイスクリームスクリームスクリーム叫びましょうスクリームアイスクリームマリンチンピカめっちゃ中期ないない足りないないないないない船買えないない手に腹変えられない間に終わったイエンダラポンドユーロマニシュキシュキルピアリラウォンゲンドンマニファはい寄ってらっしゃいだったら大げな社長様お宝売りますらレッツゴーオークションナンバーワンドクロのハータナンバーツーオンボロパーカーナンバースリーリップに眼帯は使用済み How much? からの1からのもう一声 How much? 1000からの2000からの3000ぶっ飛んで5000個人のマニーマニー助けてほしいもギャリギャリ な赤い愛見つめて限界月夜に誘われ天使と悪魔と天使と悪魔と天使と悪魔がたまさか接した天国か地獄の天国か地獄の天国か地獄の狭間で出会った天使と悪魔と天使と悪魔と天使と悪魔が集って踊れば天国か地獄の天国か地獄の門が開く闇と光の交わるファナティック今宵味わうサイケデリック踊りからマリアウゾディアック恋の駆け引きのタイブレイクでアライでアライですパスパスパスでアライでアライですパスパスでパスで生きた魂をトレイに置いてめくる5枚のカード揺れる方の先にあなたがレイズしたならもう迷わないグラス飲み干して今夜オールイン降りないこの勝負今天国と地獄をつなぐ門が開いていく天使と悪魔死者と聖者が入り乱れ踊り笑い全ては混沌の中に飲み込まれていくそれは世界の終焉であり新たなる始まりでもあるのだったでアライでアライですパスパスパスでアライでアライですパスパスでパスで月夜に誘われ天使と悪魔と天使と悪魔と天使と悪魔がたまさか接した天国地獄の恍惚消えない果てないムーンナイ天国地獄の天国地獄の狭間で出会った天使と悪魔と天使と悪魔と天使と悪魔が集って踊れば天国か地獄の何地獄に天国か地獄の最後で出会いよ天使と悪魔の愛と悪魔にも天使と悪魔が集って踊るがダンスダンスダンスダンスでアライでアライです天国地獄でアライでアライですパスパス天国地獄
So, Bobtron, I've gotten involved with another streaming app. Yet another one. There's a lot of these apps that are doing like AI chats but with a community. I never get tired of that line. Hi, Chucky.
Be safe. Hello there. Good luck.
Well, I mean, shouldn't the side events kind of be like a preparation for the actual events? Yeah, they ruined GOAT format. Bah.
Why, if I knew someone was coming in. Goodbye.
So Yu-Gi-Oh made some avant-garde decisions.
Hello. Getting better. Getting better. Be safe.
Master rules. Are we on Master Rule 4 or 5? Yeah, flip summoning's always sucked. It was only like Man-Eater Bug, and that was it. Oh, and Magician of Light. Was it Magician of Light? Magician of Faith? Whatever its name was. So I guess we're going to need a Master Rule 6 now, huh?
I knew someone was coming in. Oh.
Awooga.
Have fun out there.
Chet, am I cooked? Bitch!
You talking to me?
She looks like a One Piece character.
Light her up!
Do you think Konami got into slot machines and gachas because they knew they were going to screw up their bread and butter? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like, you know, when you fire the best man that's ever happened to your company, you're like, maybe we should hedge our bets. I mean, like, you know, Sony's biggest moneymaker in Japan is actually selling insurance. Yeah, Sony sells insurance. Why do you think their user license agreement is so fucked up? that you just can't get any, that you're not allowed anything nice should your PlayStation break because you used your PlayStation 2 for, like, I remember back in the day where people were like, "Oh man, PlayStation 2 is so great. It also functions as a DVD and Blu-ray DVD player. But if you use it as a DVD player, that ruins the fucking the reader lens. And if your reader lens gets broken because you used it as a DVD player too much, it's not covered under warranty." You see, the thing is the Sony fan base, the Sony PlayStation fan base is so zealous. Like, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable the shit they will let Sony get away with.
Stranger.
What's the special button?
Good luck. Hello there. Good luck.
Wait, what? You're gonna have to explain that story to me. Oh yeah, I remember that. That's why you make sure that all of your Pokemon fan art is porn. What is it? There's a story about the Disney porn vault, and what happened was there's a contract for all the animators of Disney movies, Disney animations, that every sketch and drawing that they make is exclusive property of Disney. So there's a lot of times where they just make porn. Alice in Wonderland, Little Mermaid, Snow White, what is it? The Princess and the Frog. Yeah, they just draw characters naked and having sex, and Disney's like, we can't burn it, we can't throw it away. It goes in a vault. They put it in a vault. Because artists are bored and horny.
Yeah. I call shotgun. What if I knew someone was coming in? Have fun out there. Ouch! Ouch! Goodbye. There you go. Be safe. What if I knew someone was coming in? Have fun out there. Ouch! Like what you see. Bye-bye.
God damn it. Hey, Bobtron, you there?
Why Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG is going to be losing half its player base. And ladies and gents, I am not even exaggerating. In today's video, I want to be taking a deep dive on what exactly happened and why players, especially the returning ones, might be leaving this game for good. Let's begin. Recently, Konami just dropped some news on what's going to be happening at the NAWCQ this year. And if some of you guys are not familiar with the NAWCQ, it stands for North American World Championship Qualifiers. Basically, it's the biggest competitive tournament in North America. Players compete here for a shot at representing the region at the Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championships. This event is invite only, so you got to earn your way through regionals or by doing well in past events. For example, the YCS that I won last year in Cancun automatically qualifies me for the NAWCQ this year. And the winner of the NAWCQ to get a title of North American Championship and a ticket to Worlds, which is happening in Paris, France this year. Now, aside from the main event, NAWCQ is also known for its side events. You've got Attack of the Giant card, which is where players win massive giant prize cards that you guys see, the ones that are literally all around my studio. These are giant cards you can win at Attack of the Giant card. And of course, the Time Wizard event, which has become really popular and a huge draw for returning Yu-Gi-Oh players. And this is what this video is going to be all about: the Time Wizard format and the returning Yu-Gi-Oh players that are coming back into the game. And for those of you who are coming here for the very first time and asking, Sam, why is this significant? Why is this important? And what the heck is Time Wizard format? Let me explain. Time Wizard is basically Konami's official way of letting you go back and play older eras of Yu-Gi-Oh, but in a Rio tournament setting. Let's say you love the game back in 2010 or 2005 or whenever you started. Time Wizard lets you relive that exact format with the same ban lists, the same card pool, and even the same old rulings from that current era. These tournaments run anywhere from your local OTS stores, regionals, YCSs, and of course, the NAWCQ. Whenever tournaments organizes a Time Wizard format, they get to choose which era they want to run. So one event can be based on Edison, or another event can be based on Gold format. And everything from the mechanics to the Forbidden and Limited lists need to match those exact eras of whichever the tournament organizers host that Time Wizard event. So for instance, if you're playing a 2010 era format, you're following the exact same mechanics of cards in 2010 and following the same ban list of cards used in 2010. So you have those exact card pool for that specific era. Same thing for 2005. If you're playing Gold format, you have to be using Gold format rulings. And this event that Konami has brought back has gotten popularized, can't even say that word correctly, in regionals, YCSs, and NAWCQ. And it's actually attracting a lot of old school players back into the game. This type of format, it's fun, it's nostalgic, and most importantly, it's accessible for returning players who don't want to keep up with the modern game power creep. And on top of that, making this event official at YCSs and also NAWCQ actually makes players, returning players, fly out to these events to compete in a real tournament setting for real value prize cards. It can't get better than this. For those of you who love the way that old school Yu-Gi-Oh worked, the fact that Konami actually made this a format where returning players can actually get back into the game and enjoy what they used to love in a real tournament setting, that's a huge W. So now that we have all these returning players coming back to play old school Yu-Gi-Oh, so what the heck did Konami do to ruin all of this? Okay guys, let's take a quick look at their brand new update policy for the Time Wizard format. Time Wizard events use the available cards Forbidden and Limited list rule regarding drawing on the first turn and the dueling field of the selected Time Wizard format. Starting at the NAWCQ this year, current game mechanics and current card text will be used for Time Wizard events. Current. This is crazy. There will primarily be 3 Time Wizard formats offered as public events at the NAWCQ 2025. The first format will use the April 2014 Forbidden Limited list, and the last legal set will be Realm of Light structure deck. This will be the April 2014 format. Time Wizard event. This format will be used for the Time Wizard Attack of the Giant cards public event. The second format will use the March 2010 Forbidden Limitless, and the last legal set will be Duelist Pack Kaiba. This will be in the third format will use the April 2005 Forbidden Limitless, and the last legal set will be Dark Beginning 2. This will be the July 2025 format Time Wizard event. While these three formats will be primarily formats offered, they aren't the only formats possible. If you and your friends would like to play a different format, come and chat with the event staff, yada yada yada. So you guys are probably wondering, yo Sam, like why are people cheesed at this? Like why are they mad? Let me tell you why this is detrimental to every returning player, to every retro pack player, to everyone that's flying out for these events just to compete in Time Wizard. It all has to do with one word. This word is called current. Current game mechanics and current card text will be used for Time Wizard events. Current game mechanics and current card text will be used. If you are playing
Current game text.
The new rules of Sengen, not the 2005 Sengen that you guys are all familiar with. Let me just read you guys Sengen's effect real quick. So this is the first Sengen that's ever released, and it came out in Metal Raiders. So Sengen, when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, move one monster with an attack of 15 or less attack from your deck to your hand. Your deck is then shuffled. This is the first ever released print of Sengen. Nothing complicated about it. Goes to the grave, you search your monster. Very simple. Back in Go format, what does the modern version of Sengen look like? If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, add one monster with 15 or less attack from your deck to your hand, but you cannot activate cards or the effects of cards with that name for the rest of this turn. You guys see the difference in text, right? For instance, if you have a Sengen on the field and you want to get rid of your opponent's monster in Go format, what are some of the ways to get rid of your opponent's monsters quick in Go format? Well, you got Exile Force, right? So what you could do in 2005 Yu-Gi-Oh! Is you can summon Sengen, crash to one of your opponent's monster, or tribute summon Sengen, or whatever. Ideally, you want to crash to your Sengen. Sengen effect will search Exile Force directly from the next hand. If you haven't yet normal summoned yet the turn, and you want to get rid of that big monster your opponent has, you can normal summon, of course, the Exile Force, and you just search off Sengen, and use Exile Force effect to tribute itself to destroy that monster on the field. But now, since Konami made this rule that we have to use the current modern text and game mechanics, this is the effect of Sengen that you have to play with. It's dumb as hell, I'm being honest. So that means that you can't even use Exile Force effect because Sengen says, but you cannot activate cards or the effects of cards with that name for the rest of this turn. So we're applying modern day effects to 2005. How does that make any sense? I'm not sure, don't know why. I don't know what's going on, but that's basically the gist of it on what you guys are doing with current game mechanics versus the era specific game mechanic that the card was printed during that time. This, in my personal opinion, is a hot mess. So now let's take a quick look at all the reactions of all the people on Twitter. Simo literally wrote, what the actual... Simo wrote, I'm so tired of this shit. And I know Alex plays Time Wizard. I know Alex goes to events to play Time Wizard, which makes sense. You know, some people don't want to play Modern. That's okay. MBT wrote, is this real? I'm really hoping this is something they'll reverse after public outcry, because this is completely warps every single Time Wizard format and removes a guarantee that you'll be able to play it into the future as erratas leak out. With the amount of people that are actually upset at this, they should revert this. Oh, okay, Gage. Oh my God, guys. Nim, aka Gage, is a huge advocate for Time Wizard, and I know that this guy collects high rarity cards for Edison format, and he plays in this format, and every single YCS he goes to is because he truly enjoys this format. And here's what he has to say. No ultimate Time Wizard events at Nats? Sure. Current card text and game mechanics for Time Wizard events? Actually unbelievable. This company is so dog. LMAO, what a joke. He's actually cheese. This was the last way I interacted with the physical TCG, and if this change happens, I will just not go to events anymore. How do you f this up so bad? Look, guys, remember, people fly to actual events to play this format. Rip Time Wizard Yu-Gi-Oh format, absolutely disgusting. The whole point is going back in time. Using updated cards and rules is insane. This is crazy. The whole point is going back in time. Using updated cards and rules is insane. I don't really play this format. I play Modern Yu-Gi-Oh, so it personally doesn't affect me. But I can understand the frustration that it has amongst all the returning and all the retro players, the classic players that actually invest money into the game and actually fly to these events just to play this format. I feel them, bro. And by the way, if Konami, if you ever came across this video, I'm not here to bash or anything. I'm just here to voice out what other players or other people are feeling. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to give constructive criticism and feedback to you guys as a company, because at the end of the day, this game is my life. You know what I'm saying? And I can understand it. Being in their shoes, these guys right now, Simo, MBT, Gage, House of Champs, and many more that are playing Time Wizard events. I understand, bro. I understand. Because, bro, like imagine putting so much money and so much time into an event that they have made official and give real tournament prizing for, and then decide just to axe it randomly. Like I don't know why. Like what's the reason behind this, right? I have no idea why they have to do that. Like how are you going to use current card text for an event for a format that is supposed to take you back in time, right? So I'm not here to bash on the company. I'm not here to talk smack. I'm just here to voice out their opinions. And since I have a big platform here on YouTube, I feel like it is necessary for me to make awareness out there that, you know, Konami, the game is nothing without its player base, right? So if you guys can definitely take this into consideration and kind of, you know, take this back, that'll be absolutely amazing, right? But the most important thing is, like, as you guys are watching this video, Sam, like, is that it? Like, Sangan is just hit? Is that it? Like, that doesn't sound too bad. Well, what if I told you guys that there are more cards that got absolutely destroyed other than Sangan by using modern rules instead of the rules based on the era that they're from? Let me explain, okay? This is about to blow your friggin' minds. First, let's talk about Raiko Lightsworn Hunter. Back in 2010 Edison format, Raiko targets. So if you guys will read this version of Raiko, it says you can target one card in the field, destroy that target, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Very simple. This is the latest version of Raiko and the latest modern updated version of Raiko. And it says you can destroy one card in the field, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the grave. This card does not target. So why is this card bad using the modern ruling in Edison format? Well, you guys know Titanium Princess of Camarellis. This card says when a card or effect is activated, targets a card on the field. Quick effect, you can choose one face a plant monster to get the activation. If you do, destroy it. So now Raiko just bypasses Titanium. Before, plant decks used to have a counter to Raiko because Raiko targets. But now if you're playing Raiko in your deck versus plants, Titanium does absolute nada because we're using the modern text in 2010. Ladies and gents, it stops Machina Fortress before resolving an opponent's monster effect that targets his face-up card. Look at your opponent's hand and discards one card from their hand. So now Machina Fortress doesn't work against Raiko anymore because Raiko no longer targets. You can't look at your opponent's hand and discard a card, but you can just go Raiko, pop your Machina Fortress. Wow, amazing. Modern Raiko destroys machine decks and destroys plant decks. Bypasses all the cards that originally stopped Raiko. Crazy. And then you guys are probably asking, what else? Ladies and gentlemen, there is no longer priority. Priority is a term that refers to a player's right to be able to activate his or her card effects as Chain Link 1. Priority does not allow players to automatically activate and resolve effects without a chain, but simply assures a card activation as Chain Link 1. Priority determines who can activate a card or effect at any particular point in the game. Priority is a property that a player has, not that a card has. The turn player always starts with priority. Let's say you normal summon Exile Force. And Exile Force isn't an ignition effect on summon. It's a card or effect that you can use while it's on the field. So if a turn player normal summons Exile Force and calls priority, that means your opponent, if they were to trap hole it, you can still priority chain Exile Force to pop an opponent's monster, right? That is priority back in the day, in 2005 and 2010. But now, since we're using modern game mechanics and modern rules for 2005-2010 format, priority no longer exists. So if you normal summons Exile Force and they respond with Trap Hole, you cannot attribute Exile Force to pop a monster. That's just how it is. Another example, usually in gold format, you can normal summon Tribe Infecting Virus, call priority, okay, to discard a card to use this effect. Now you can no longer do that. You have to normal summon Tribe Infecting Virus, wait for your opponent's response. Then if they have no way to stop the summon, you can then activate Tribe Infecting Virus to nuke the whole board. Having no priority will actually kill this entire Time Wizard format event. Crazy. Oh my goodness, another thing. If we're using modern game mechanics for a back in the past format like Gold format or Edison, that means you don't draw 6 on the first turn. Another example is Elemental Hero Absolute Zero doesn't trigger when bounced. So if you compulsory evacuation device an Absolute Zero, you know, back in Edison format, you can trigger Absolute Zero to just still nuke the board. But now with the current modern ruling, you can't use Absolute Zero's effect. Cards returned to the extra deck cannot trigger their effect. So you guys know Mirror Jade, right? If Mirror Jade gets returned to the extra deck, in modern Yu-Gi-Oh!, Mirror Jade cannot trigger its effect. So this exact same rule will apply to Elementary Hero Absolute Zero. If your opponent were to compulse an Absolute Zero, that thing is not triggering, ladies and gents. Another example is DD Crow on Dandelion. If you DD Crow, if Crow banishes Dandelion, you don't get tokens. Oh my god, ladies and gents, this is a new one. Goyo Guardian. This right here is the original Goyo Guardian. One tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters. When this card destroys the opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can special summon that monster to your side of the field in face-up defense position. This was Goyo Guardian back in the day. Now we have to use modern Goyo Guardian. Let's take a look. One Earth tuner plus one non-tuner monster. So before it says one tuner, now for modern, it's one Earth tuner. You can't make this a Plague Spitter zombie anymore, ladies and gents. You need an Earth tuner. So you guys better fill your deck with X-Ray Air Bubble, guys. That's an Earth tuner. Goyo Guardian is not playable anymore. Oh, this is a huge one. This is a huge one. Future Fusion. Send from your deck to the graveyard fusion materials that are listed on Fusion card. And select that fusion monster for your extra deck. Special summon the selected fusion monsters during the second standby phase after turn activation. This was Future Fusion back in the day, right? You activate some dragons, active Future Fusion, send 5 dragons, and you basically have your full dragon deck completed. This was the one, this was the version back in the day. Now we have to use this one. Imagine using modern day Future Fusion back in 2010. During your first standby phase after turn activation, show 1 fusion monster for your extra deck and sends the materials listed from it during the first standby phase. So you have to wait a turn to use it. And then after the second standby phase, you know, you can summon the fusion monster and then send everything, right? So now you have to use the current Future Fusion for dragons in 2010. So I'll be honest, dragons are completely unplayable now. Brain control is literally what you guys known for. Pay 800 life points, steal a monster. Now we have to use the modern day brain control where it says pay 500 life points, steal a monster that can be normal summoner set. What? We have to use the modern day rescue cat versus the old school one. We have to use the modern day Red Eyes Darkest Metal. You can only summon it hard once per turn. Whereas back in the day, if you have multiple copies, you can spam, right? All these Neo Errata cards will not be able to function with these brand new updated rules. Cards that got a huge boost from this is like Book of Moon. Now, like Book of Moon, since there's no priority now, Book of Moon actually becomes like a very good card. It's just insane. Like, you your opponent summons a monster, activate Book of Moon, flip it face down, no priority. Crazy. Trap cards become powerful too, like Trap Hole, like I mentioned with Exile Force. Trap Hole becomes insane. Raigeki Break becomes insane without priority. All right. Phoenix Wind Blast becomes insane without priority. And now, since Raigeki Break and Trap Hole and all these cards are coming back, now because there's no longer priority, Stardust Dragon becomes a god card as well. This card is absolutely insane at stopping destruction. Imagine using modern day Sinister Serpent for gold format. 2 completely different effects. 2! Insane! And what makes Yu-Gi-Oh! Such a wonderful game is the fact that there are a variety of different formats. Magic the Gathering has modern format. Magic the Gathering has commander format, right? And I'm pretty sure Magic supports both formats really well. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. And they embrace both player base. Why can't Konami just learn from that and just follow the same thing? Like, I don't get it. Like, the term, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Like, was there anything wrong with Time Wizard before? For what I can assume right now, from just thinking right now and why they decide to implement this rule, is the fact that it has to do with like tournament rulings. Maybe like current judges don't know Time Wizard format rules, and it's like withholding or like kind of like delaying their tournaments at any WCQ or YCSs. Because like, for example, like imagine a modern judge judging for Time Wizard events, and a player calls a judge and they come and they're like, yo, my opponent says this, my opponent says that. The judge doesn't know that era's ruling for it, and they just give you a wrong ruling, and that can just like take away from like delaying the tournament, and that can just delay the tournaments even longer. That's maybe the only thing I can think of. And again, I just want to preface this, Konami, if you're watching the video, I'm not bashing the company at all. I love the game. I'm Yu-Gi-Oh is my life. There's no reason for me to hate you guys. There's no reason for me to talk about you guys. But I feel like, you know, I have an importance to the community to actually make these players' voices be heard. With the public outcry that Konami's having right now, Konami, if you can just read the players' cries and their feedback. Yeah, Konami, please figure this out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys at NEWCQ. This is your boy Sam from Team Stars.
This was the easiest deck build of my life. Sometimes you just need a deck where you can turn your brain off, play the cards in your hand, ruin everybody's life, and shuffle up for another one, and that is Ardbert, Warrior of Darkness. He's only 3 mana for a 2/2, and whenever you cast a white spell, put a +1/+1 counter on each legendary creature you control, and they gain Vigilance. Or whenever you cast a black spell, put a +1/+1 counter on each legendary creature you control, and they gain menace. There are more than 80 legendary creatures that are both white and black spells. Because in case you didn't catch it, if you cast a spell that's both white and black, you get both triggers on one spell. So the version I built over on Moxfield has over half of the spells that double trigger Ardbert, and every single creature in the deck is legendary. Borzhov conveniently also has a lot of removal that is both colors. Now, could I have gone even more all in on the theme and made every single spell in the deck both white and black? Sure, but I didn't feel like thinking that hard. And I also wanted the deck to be functional and have things like card draw and ramp. This was the easiest deck build of my life. Sometimes you just need a deck where you can turn your brain off, play
I'm gonna
cards
look
in
for
your
that
hand,
deck,
ruin
chat.
everybody's life, and shuffle up for another one, and that is Ardbert, Warrior of Darkness. He's only 3 mana for a 2/2, and whenever you
Here are 3 Final Fantasy cards that I overlooked covering during spoiler season that have turned out to be pretty awesome. First off is Sphere Grid, a 2-cost green enchantment that puts counters on your creatures when they hit players, and gives your creatures with +1/+1 counters reach and trample, which in a counters deck both spreads counters really easily and helps you get through with your creatures. The mix of both is really crazy for just 2 mana, and I never really found a great time to talk about this because it is a precon card. Next is Summon Primal Odin, a 6-cost creature that destroys creatures, can insta-kill players, and draws you cards. At first glance I thought the 6 mana cost of this made it fun, but not that great. But because this is in black and has an immediate effect when it enters, it's a great target to reanimate, especially because it puts itself back into your graveyard to do it all over again. Next is Tifa Lockhart, a 2-cost green 1/2 with trample that doubles its power every time one of your lands enter, which can get out of hand really quickly, especially when played with fetch lands and ramp, potentially taking players out of nowhere. I didn't end up talking about it during spoiler season because I never found a good video to include it, so I really wanted to talk about it here because it's a super interesting card that has a lot of potential in a very popular archetype. Here are 3 Final Fantasy cards that I overlooked.
Escoffier is super problematic. And no, I'm not talking about her meta. I'm talking about how she's the laziest character. Escoffier, Kaveh, and Dori are the only 3 characters who don't touch their weapons at all. But while the other 2 use heavy claymores, Escoffier refuses to lift her polearm, using only her tail. Yes, Queen Slay, she made food pay to win. The most OP food dish is now impossible to get unless you have Escoffier. These dishes can only be made using her skill, one of which is the 3rd ever 5-star dish in Genshin Impact, and the dish with the best stats in the game can only be cooked by Escoffier. She's kinda gross, cause all her shit is made from ice. Yup, her knives, forks, and spoons are all made from her cryo-resin because they're durable and easy to replace, which is... And finally, she has the coolest headed symbols, like the golden ratio in her ultimate, ice cream, and a chef's hat on her skill, and her...
Don't care. Moving on.
品はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りしました。
All right, back to the game.
You talking to me? Come and get some! Hello there. night. Stranger. Good luck.
droids.
Oh. Good luck.
We got an achievement, boys.
Better. There you go. Better, not quite. Goodbye.
And there's another achievement.
Stranger.
Stranger. That's a Resident Evil reference, chat. And another one. What? No, I beat the game once. That's all I need. I don't need any more. I'm done. It's over with. Oh, she's cute.
Yes? You talking to me? Yes?
I'm going to end the stream now. that's it for tonight. Thanks everybody for stopping in and hanging out. Monday, Dredge. You just... Arms. Don't hecking lie to me. Don't you dare hecking lie. I lost my train of thought. So, yeah. Tomorrow, Dredge, thank you guys also very, very much for hanging out.